C'est la prod. Yo, people, what you telling me? We're back again for another fight talk. It's been a minute. Mandem, what you telling me?
Well, go on.
I'll go on, man. We're here, man.
Yeah, boy, we're here, bro. We got a lot to talk about. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the big fight gone. And then another fight that I didn't give a shit about until I saw Bomac there. So, you get me? Now I'm looking forward
It's
to the
funny.
fight.
You're
funny,
saying the opposite to
I was gonna say-
we just shot our Only Fact Sports podcast, and Shane said the direct opposite to what you're saying now.
I said once I saw Bomac there, I'm actually less interested in it.
Because you know it's going to be
the
simple.
The best version of Eubank, the best version of Eubank we saw was against Liam Smith.
Yeah.
Fact.
If Bomac's saying what he's saying and the way he's speaking, it's like he's just gonna. Because the first fight was entertaining because of how lack of skill it was. It was about heart. If he's gonna make it a fight of skill and technique, really and truly, this fight's gonna be one-sided, bruv.
But
Like,
this is what I want.
I'm
Bro, I want to see Conor Benn get smoked. You know, that's why I'm excited for it. Because the way he talks, just iron him out and that. It's like, bro, allow it. Like, you grew up in a mansion, bro. Why are you talking like that? You know what I mean? It's not real.
Do you think he will get smoked though? Because I think the concern that we have is that Bomac means it's just jab, 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 jab all day.
No, because
you know what? Yeah, it's mad.
You know what it is? Eubank Jr. has the perfect dimensions here to fight at a long to middle distance, and he doesn't. You know them ones. And the thing is, when you saw him, he actually boxed, and he's actually got a good jab that he just doesn't use. So it's one of them things where Bomac, the way Bomac will have him drilled, and also Bomac likes his fighters to put their hands together. Keyshawn puts his hands together. Bud puts his hands together. So it's not like Chris isn't going to put his hands together, but he'll be more surgical with it. Like, he was fighting like them two were scuffing like they were scuffing on road. That's why people like the fight. I thought the fight skill-wise was diabolical. It was diabolical.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people said, fight of the year. It was an awful fight.
Some people, like, if you listen to what Conor Benn's saying, Conor Benn's even talking like he's going to come out there and box, bro. Like, he was
scared,
even saying, yeah, I can't.
He's scared. He can't box.
He can't box.
He can't box, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But it was fight of the year for British fans, because obviously British fans like a dust up, innit? Do you know what I mean?
But
That's what they like. Do you know what I mean?
Buatsi and Smith before that.
I actually felt
that was another dust up.
I actually felt Buatsi and Smith was actually a bit. I thought that was actually a better fight.
It was a more skilled fight.
I thought it was actually a better fight was because when I was watching Eubank versus Benn, I feel like a lot of people fell in love with the
narrative,
the story, and this. I don't want to say cinematography, but the whole backstage stuff with Billy Joe Saunders when Eubank pulled up with his dad. All of that the ring walks were definitely legendary.
Yeah.
So all of that helped contribute. Yeah, it added. I felt like when you actually look at it as an isolated fight, because I watched the fight back, and I'll keep it so real, yeah. The fight, when I watched it back on replay, and I remember Rants, you were saying it at the time, the fight wasn't actually that good.
No.
Like, it was good if you're emotional. But if you just watch that fight, like as a boxing hat, watch that fight, it wasn't a great fight.
It was reality TV more than it was a boxing match, to be honest with you. Do you know what I'm saying? That's
it was
what
one
it
of
is.
them
That's
ones
Like a Rocky movie.
Yes, that's what it felt like, and the whole thing together is what made it that. But me watching the fight, when his dad turned up, I was like, yeah, cool, he's won this fight now. Straight away, because the little bit of adrenaline that he needed to get him over the line, that's it there. You know them ones. And then when I watched the fight,
he was winning regardless.
Conor Benn's got no jab.
I thought he was gonna win.
Conor Benn's got no jab and no footwork, and he's given up so much reach that there's no way he can win unless Eubank goes in there and just decides he's going to block punches with his face for 12 rounds. Like, that's the only way that Conor Benn wins. And that was before Bomac showed up. Because Eubank could beat him without
that's
Bomac.
why I felt like the only way we were going to get it. The only way I thought this fight was going to be entertaining was if we saw a worse version of Eubank. But we're going to see a better version of Eubank. So I'm like, the fight would have been...
We ain't getting no better version of Benn.
No.
Probably not, but if you...
We're not.
Probably not, but the thing is, even if we got the best version of Benn, even if you got the best version of Benn...
We did see the best version of Benn.
For this fight to be entertaining, it would have to be the worst version of Eubank. Then that's an entertaining fight.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't see the ingredients of a worse version. The only way this would have been entertaining is if Eubank got complacent.
Yeah.
And maybe he would have. I don't know. But
I'd rather watch Eddie Hearn box Ben Shalom than watch these two fight again.
Oh, so would I.
I think that'd be more entertaining. You know what I mean? Big man thing.
Hey, bro, I'd love to see that. Do you know what I'm saying? But to be fair, the fact that Eubank has brought the fact that he's brought in Bomac, that shows that he's not complacent from the first fight, and that means he wants to do real damage. You know what I'm saying? Because he could have looked at the first fight and said, you know what, like I wasn't at my best and I still beat him quite comfortably. Like I don't need bro. He's just like, bro. He said, I'm just a better fighter than you. I'm more experienced than you. 10 times out of 10, I beat you. And I completely agree with that. So he didn't need to go and get Bomac. But the fact that he's gone and got Bomac, he's trying to make a statement. He wants a statement win. You know what I'm saying? Probably. I think he knocks him out.
Probably. I think also the win that he had over Conor Benn, I felt like reignited the fire, because there was some talk of like, if he loses to Ben, it's retirement time, blah, 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 blah. He put on a good performance against Ben. He won. It was a fight, and he knows that he can get better. And I do feel like that's ignited a fire in him. I don't know. I think I saw somewhere that he might want to fight Crawford next. Obviously, everybody wants to fight Crawford, but you know, this is what I'm saying. Like, he needs, the reason he's got Bomac in my opinion, is because it's good preparation. Not good preparation because he'll lose to Crawford regardless, but it's some level of preparation. Like, he couldn't just go in, swing fists on and beat somebody that is a weight class or 2 weight classes smaller than him, beat him, which he should be doing, and then go and fight a Crawford or then go and fight a Canelo. He's going to need, if he's going to have any of those types of kind of mega fights against them superstars, he will need to be working with Bomac on a consistent basis.
I don't know, you know. I don't know. I kind of look at it slightly different. I feel like this him bringing in Bomac is literally isolated for this one fight.
We'll see.
I don't.
If he were to win
I don't
now,
think so.
And
you know,
he wanted to fight a Crawford. If he was going to fight a Crawford next or a Canelo next, you don't think he'd bring Bomac back in?
Well, not for Crawford, but I hear what you mean.
Well, not for Crawford.
Potentially, but I don't. I genuinely feel like someone like Eubank takes fights fight by fight, and I don't feel like he personally plans his career.
I think he used to.
I can't remember.
I think he used to, but I think at this point of his career, he knows he's here not for a very long time yet, and he's got big ambitions, and he knows that the best version of him was with Bomac. That's why he's gone back to get Bomac.
Does he have big ambitions other than financial, though? I think he might have big ambitions.
But it doesn't even matter if that's the case, because in these money fights, if you want more than one, you have to be at your best. And not only that, because he's been knocked out by Liam Smith now, the air of invincibility, even that I thought he had, I didn't believe he could be knocked out, because we've seen him in fights, bro, and he had one of the best chins in boxing, bro. So now he's been knocked out, and he knows he can be knocked out. He knows that he can't even rely on his chin like that the way he used to. Do you know what I'm saying? And people can say it's the weight or whatever.
That's true.
Once you get knocked out, it's a reality check, innit? So he knows if he wants to take these big fights, and he's calling out the likes of the Canelos and all this, you have to be defensively responsible. You got to have your shit together. You can't be going in there with your chin just in the air, bro, because these men will put you to sleep, bro. Like at the level that he's talking. You can't be calling out the Canelos. And the hands and Shiraz was calling him out and stuff like that.
If there's anyone in the world that's got a better chin than Chris, it's Canelo. And obviously Bomac just coached almost a 12-0 against Canelo. So it would make sense to... Do you know what I'm saying? Because I, you're right. He don't really plan his career out long term, but I think 2 or 3 fights ahead, we know Chris wants money.
Chapter.
Like the money thing and what we're saying, they kind of go in two. Because after fighting Conor Benn, which is big money, the next fight he's probably going to want is a Canelo fight. Canelo might look at someone. We know Canelo likes to fight people that are a weight class below him. What's Chris, a 160? Canelo, 168. So
Canelo
Chris
makes
is like
sense
exactly the type of fighter that Canelo would. Exactly. So I do think that he will want a couple more big money fights. It's probably going to have to be Canelo. He's not really getting out of bed for anybody else. Yeah. And I do think that he will have to be on his A game for that.
Is there a way Conor Benn wins the fight against Chris?
Nah.
Not really. There's a way, but not really. I mean, like, unless without a lot of luck and Chris being quite dehydrated, I don't think so.
I would have said without Bomac, potentially. Because if he got complacent after winning the first fight, but Bomac won't allow that shit.
Yeah, the weight. I don't know. Hopefully, the weight this time he makes easier. I mean, I don't know if you lot saw the press conference, but he's gonna have a lot. He's gonna have a long camp because this guy's gonna get more fines. He's gonna get more like the way this guy's talking. Like this guy's doing a mad thing, bro. My man went out, called out Robert Smith.
Yeah.
He called out flipping Eddie Hearn. This guy's just literally throwing shots after everyone. He's gonna have a hard time. I'm not even gonna.
I think if he was promoted by Oscar De La Hoya, it would be a madness. If he was promoted by Oscar, it would just be a battle rap, brother. I swear down, it would be mad. Like it's a good thing. I mean, not a good thing, but yeah, if he was promoted by anybody other than Ben Shalom, it'd be mad. But obviously, Ben Shalom just sits in the corner.
Literally,
do you know what I mean?
But Ben Shalom was slightly like finding it awkward because he's got to be in the same room with these men after like he literally ridiculed the head of the British boxing for the control.
Ben Shalom can't find it awkward because this is his only payday. Do you know what I'm saying? If it's either this or the job centre. So that's just what it is, blood. You know what I'm saying?
He lost Buatsi, innit? He ain't got many fighters left.
Losing everybody.
Well, remember he lost his main deal with Sky, innit? So apparently he's got a deal with BBC or something like that. But to be fair, the only reason why Eddie Eubank has even got Ben is because he knows signing with Ben will piss everybody else off. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? That's literally it. Signing with Ben will piss off Frank.
It's like beating a gal when she's trying to get back at her ex. It's like she doesn't even really want you. Do you know what I'm saying? She's just trying to piss off her ex, blood. That's what it is.
That's literally where it is, bro. That is literally where it is. But bro, I don't know, maybe you look at things different, but I'm far from excited from this fight because there's nothing else to see. Like there was a few questions going into the first fight. There's no questions going into.
There's nothing that can happen in this fight that's going to give us any answers we didn't get from the first fight. Even if Chris outboxes him, we already knew he could. Okay,
but if Chris do it in the first fight, he could. And sleeps him, that's what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? So if Chris boxes his head off and knocks him out,
I'm not really there was a part of me that didn't like Conor Benn, and I guess I still don't really like Conor Benn now. But I'm like, we're still looking at a 147
that's my
verse 160.
We're
still looking at a 147 verse 160.
It don't tell me like anyone I thought would beat Chris before. It's not like if I think Canelo or Crawford beat Chris, if he boxes up and knocks out Conor Benn, I don't change anything. Nothing has changed. We're all in the same place. I mean, nothing's changed for Ben. He can still go and get a Shakur fight. He can still go and do those things. And
you get smoked in all them fights, though, but I hear you.
He will. But I'm saying, just in terms of the landscape, nothing changes. So I'm excited to see it happen because I like boxing. So why not? But they could have gone on to their separate paths now. And it would be the same.
I agree. I didn't want to see the rematch. I didn't see the point of the rematch. And you know what it is? People are talking about what the fight took out of Chris Eubank. No, look what it took out of Conor Benn, bro. Do you know what I mean? He's not even the same person. You can see it in the fucking press conference. Man's talking about I'm gonna box and that, bro. Chris broke his spirit, bro. That bro cried. Do you know what I mean? That bro cried for a week at least.
Not even just that. If you look at him, like him doing these interviews, and he went on this victory lap after a loss, going on all of these press conferences in America. And all of that. Like
Belanga after Canelo.
Like that chip on his shoulder that he had, that is almost what was riling him forward. That chip on his shoulder, that me against the world thing that he had because of the whole drugs thing. I actually felt like he should have stayed in that bag.
He was more dangerous.
That's a sellable character. That is, people hate that character, but it's sellable.
But I feel like he might come back to that character when he's fighting another 147.
I don't think he can.
A technical 147.
I don't think he can. I don't think he can because
if Chris can't bring that out of him, no one can. I think that guy's dead.
He personally isn't trying to go in that bag. Like for me, if I'm building a character like this, almost like WWE, but you got to decide what side of the fence to be on.
Yeah.
And I feel like with Conor Benn, he does not want to be the villain. So he wants the love. And like he took victory in the fact that I lost. But guess what? You know what he should have done? He should have done that Adrian Broner. I thought I won that fight. He should have just started going out and talking so much shit because people would have hated him, and then they would have been able to buy the second fight. Do you know what I'm saying? It would have sold the rematch. He should have done an AB. Yeah. But because he wants to be liked so much, it's almost like he's gonna become a nothing guy where we're gonna have an empty emotion about him, and that's the worst place to be in boxing.
Yeah,
I agree.
that sucks.
I 100% agree. So yeah, the whole I'm a new man gimmick and I lost my head, I didn't box, and I'm gonna go in there and box. You can't box, blood. Like everyone's watched all your fights. You don't have a jab, you don't have footwork, you were falling over your front foot, bro, in front of all of us. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you can't box, bro. So give it up. You're a fighter. So you're gonna go in there and fight. And if you try and box, a guy with Eubank's dimensions, it's going to be 12-0 if you see the final round. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't box a Chris Eubank, bro, because you don't have the dimensions or the skill level to box him. So you have to go in there and make the fight ugly. That's the only chance you actually have. So telling us you're gonna box him, like, brother, that's the wrong game plan. So I don't believe he's gonna do that. I think he's saying all that for him to go in the ring and start fast, and he thinks he can catch him cold.
It's the same thing again, like I said, preparation, because you know the other fighters that he's up against fighting potentially next are even better boxers. That they don't have the dimensions, but they're better boxers than Chris. If he wants to fight Shakur's a far better boxer than Chris. So if you're sitting there saying, "Oh, I'm gonna box," and you get outboxed by Chris Eubank, you're 100% getting outboxed by Shakur. And I think Benn is a fight or two, especially if it's the Eubank fight and then it's the Shakur fight. He's a fight or two away from just being irrelevant. It'll be like a Josh Kelly. It'll just be in the Neverland.
The biggest issue is I actually felt like if he went into the 147 division after the one loss against Eubank, he would have had enough credit in the bank. If Rants is saying,
he could have bought that aggression.
No, but if like Rants is saying, if he does get starched and knocked out by Eubank, what are you selling then? Because if you go in there against Shakur, what are you selling then? What what is the incentive for Shakur Stevenson? Because at the end of the day, you don't have no belt at 147. But now us seeing you getting knocked out, ironed out, bro, you know what that does? Like your stock plummets. You at least had the credit of I went the distance with 160 pounds in a good fight.
You, bro.
If you get stopped, you're all of a sudden irrelevant.
Bro, I'm telling you, he's gonna fight Chris. He maybe gets one more fight against an American, whether it's the Hitchens or somebody. He'll just be like a gatekeeper. Maybe he gets a little British dust up with Josh Kelly, and then he's irrelevant, bro. He's 2 or 3 fights away from wrapping up his career, blood.
No, but the thing is, though, there is a path, because didn't Eddie Hearn's boy just win the IBF World title on Saturday? Crocker, he just won the welterweight title on Saturday, and Conor Benn probably could beat him. So you're gonna just see them milk that world title if he gets it. But I want to know then how you're gonna have a loss and go into a world title fight. That's what I have come off 2 back-to-back losses and go straight into a world title fight. I think that's kind of diabolical.
Yeah,
it happens. It happens.
Facts. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Nah, it's mental,
I mean, what? Didn't Manny just go what? Was it like 5 years without fighting and then straight into a world title fight?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's politics now, bro.
Fury lost to Ngannou and went into an undisputed fight. So there you go.
It's all about these guys just want to make the biggest fights. They don't care who's in line for what now. They don't care.
Facts.
That's the reality. They're putting man. Look how long Parker's been due this fucking fight with Usyk, bro. And the man just keep giving him anyone but Usyk. So,
but it's not just that. It's the fast tracking of Atoma based on nothing is mad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's based on zero. It's not even like it's based on something.
Same with Hamza Shiraz. They try to give him a belt.
The thing with me, and this is just keeping it real. The thing with me is a lot of this issue fundamentally just comes down to Turkey, and I didn't get to say it on the show, but so I'll say it here. Like, honestly, it's one of those ones where I don't know what I remember when people were talking about Arsene Wenger during that Arsene Wenger out era, and people like, thank you for your service, but it's time to go. And I think it's the same with Turkey, bro. Like the fights that he's currently trying to make, nobody wants to see it anymore, bro. Like you came in, Beterbiev, Bivol, Usyk, Fury, all of those fights we wanted to see. Even Crawford, Canelo, we give you that. But bro, all of this Crawford, Benavidez crap, this bro,
Crawford versus Bivol.
All of these fights are just becoming
nobody wants to see that.
Let's keep it real. Nobody even wanted to see Crawford Canelo, bro. We watched it and it was a great fight in the end and it was a good surprise and all the rest of it. Well, not really surprised because we predicted Crawford was going to win anyway. But when it was first announced, man, I want to see that. Just saying.
But if you listen to the way he's talking, like he's literally just talking about like these mad fights. Like all of these fights are just madness.
Even just having Joe Rogan, not Joe Rogan, flipping Dana White there, just for no reason.
He said Bam versus Inoue. I'm like, bro, we might as well, everybody just going to be doing catchweight fights now.
Yeah.
That we're gonna do. Just flipping take Fondora to fight Opataya. What are we doing? Like, what stage are we just gonna just?
You're just trying to make everyone lose their undefeated. Everyone lose their O's, yeah, so man can own them.
Did you see how
unless you're Muslim, blood? I'm saying if you're Muslim, you stay undefeated.
Did you see how vexed he was when Canelo lost? Bro, look how he was so vexed. Bro, this guy put 300 million behind Canelo.
He's an idiot.
And he put 300 million behind Canelo for the Canelo versus Canelo versus Crawford fight.
Bro, what is that? Bro, we said you're not getting that money back. When he first made the deal, we said we're not getting that money back because you're going to see a tune-up fight where I thought he would brock up Skull, but he didn't do it. Then we had the Crawford fight, and then I thought the third fight was going to be Benavidez, and I thought he's losing to Benavidez regardless. So you're not getting your money back.
Of course.
But the third fight might be Jake Paul, blood. I'll be honest. You know the one.
Yeah, well, now, but at the time, that's what Turkey was saying is that, like, you know, he's putting the money up for the Benavidez fight. He was teasing that was what was going to be.
Canelo's stock is plummeting because the thing is, the worst thing that could have ever happened was Canelo losing to Crawford.
Of course.
In the eyes of the public. Because, and I don't want to make this about race here, but it is partially down to it because there was a racial division in America where it was like Mexico versus black. And when Canelo lost to Bivol, facts. When Canelo lost to Bivol, there was an excuse: you moved up a weight class. When you lost to Florida, you were too green. The excuse now is Canelo's past it. If that's the excuse, then why would I want to continue watching a past it Canelo? How are you gonna sell a past it?
And the funny thing is, Canelo's been fighting like that for the last 4 years.
In facts, but it's only dawned on people now. Dawned on people now. The same people who supported him are the same people that are now saying he's washed up and finished.
Bro,
so are you gonna continue watching a washed up and finished Canelo?
Based on what we saw with Canelo fighting Crawford, we can see why he stayed away from Benavidez.
Of course, but that wasn't hard to see. That based on how we saw against Charlo.
We knew it, but whoever they are, they out there, they needed to see it. But we knew it already. We've been saying in our videos every week that he's got no knockouts in 4 years, and every time he fights someone, they get knocked out in their very next fight and whatever. We've been saying it, but no one wants to listen. And then when they see him get pieced up, do you know what I'm saying? And the scorecard still tried to rob him. I said to you, Shane, that Crawford needs to win 10, 11 rounds to win the fight. He needs to because the scorecards are going to look dodgy regardless.
I mean, to be fair, that I can't blame on Turkey because anytime Canelo fights is a scorecard thing. Yeah. But I found it so sickening that there was and I was kind of disappointed with Crawford when he done it because he hugged Turkey and Turkey didn't really want to really hug him. And I'm like, of course, because he was vexed because he put so much money behind this dude. And I'm like, bro, for me. Anytime Turkey invests in any fight, I want Turkey to lose money. Every single time. I almost look at him like how you remember when United had Ollie and we're like, bro, I just want United to lose so Ollie can get fired. I just want this guy to just keep losing money so he can come out of boxing because he's starting to actually frustrate me.
Yeah, I mean, for every one thing that he does that's good, he does 10 things that are dead. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I said before, when he come into the sport, it was just a case of it's just going to be a new slave master, blood. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be the same corruption. He's going to have his own favorites, just like anybody else. I mean, PBC got their favorites. Eddie's got his favorites. It's the same thing, bro. Why do people feel like it's going to be something different?
I mean, what would we did? This guy was giving judges instructions during the Hamza Saraz fight. I didn't even know how you could do that.
Bro. And he was doing it barefaced.
I didn't even know you could do that. Barefaced. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, what's going on here? Like, literally, what's going on? The work. Could you imagine if Canelo beat Crawford? Oh my days, Hamza Shiraz versus Canelo was next. That was definitely next. That was definitely next. Oh, bro, fam.
It was next, bro.
I've actually had enough. Like, I'm glad like that he's lost money on that fight because
that's why Usyk knew that he'd have to knock out the bot.
But he said he wanted a black heavyweight.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you said.
That's what I'm saying. So he knew he had to knock him out because if he went to the
You did say
scorecard,
that, and then Usyk
even if it's 12-0.
Usyk punched the queens out of him, bruv. You know what I'm saying? That shot was nasty.
Yeah,
The shot that he
100%.
hit him with. So now I hear you. He's right though. He did say that when he said that.
Man, looking around for his dad and that, bro.
Bro, and he said it bare like this was so mad. He's saying these things barefaced.
But
So he don't give a crap.
We can't imagine what it would be like, yeah, because we're three of the most straight talking people I know on YouTube or just in life, yeah. The three of us sitting right here, yeah. And even we can't just walk down the street and say whatever we want just with random impute. Like we've never had that kind of power. Can you imagine what I would be like if I was in Turkey's position? I could just say whatever I felt like. Say, like. He can just say what he wants.
Mad.
Who could tell him anything?
Well,
man.
Here's a question for you, because me and Nick was talking about this for about 20 minutes. What do you think? What do you think Terence should do next?
But if I was him, I'd retire. But he's not going to.
Yeah.
You know them, man. So I'd go down probably to 160, and just get the titles there and then retire. You know them, because I think he can beat all the champions at 160.
That's what I said the same thing. I think if staying at 68 is pointless because I feel like at this point you can't.
He's too small and he knows it.
There's that. Yeah, there's definitely that. But there's also because of Canelo and how Canelo's dealt with the 168 pounds division. Anybody who was worthy of fighting ain't even there no more.
Yeah.
So you've already captured those belts. So the only thing that you could actually fight for is actually legacy.
Yeah.
Not forget money, because you've already fought the biggest financial person ever. If you could get a rematch with Canelo, I'll be trying to get that. If I'm Crawford, I want a rematch with Canelo.
Canelo just got 140.
Facts. Canelo just got 140 million. If they switched it round, if I'm Crawford, I'm fighting Canelo for 100 million, 100%. Because at the end of the day, it's easy work. But if he can't get the Canelo rematch and he has to fight on, for me, I think 160 is the division.
It'd be nice for him to be the A side for once.
Facts.
2 or 3 fights as the A side. See if he can unify / undisputed 160.
Well, he'll be 2 fights away. If he moved to 160 pounds, he'll be 2 fights away from becoming undisputed again. No, 2, because
Janabek and Adames has 1, and Janabek's got the other 2, right?
2, but Janabek and Adames are fighting each other. They're unifying. So then if the winner will have 3. So if he fought Erislandy Lara, for example,
it's a good warm-up fight, and then fight Janabek,
yeah, and then he'll be 2 fights away from undisputed.
Yeah.
But the key thing he would have to do is before he has the first fight, do not allow Turkey to announce the second fight, because that is just judge blood. Every time Turkey announces a fight ahead of time, it just builds everything up. Like, you're showing us the scorecards before the fight. You're telling us like this is who I want to win. Like, who does that? So
Turkey does.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, well, don't let him do it.
Turkey told Usyk that he wanted Fury to win. He said that, bro. He said that.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Madman, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It was crazy, man. But that fight there, I can't lie. I don't know. I was one of the only people I think that genuinely thought that Bud could stop Canelo, like, unless you lot did. Because I was like, yo, I said, don't be surprised if
I didn't.
I was like, don't be surprised if he stops him late, bro. Because I just know, yeah, Bud puts his punches together and he's spiteful, blood. And I believe, yeah, that if his corner had left him to his own devices, he would have got him out of there. There's too many times.
Did I not say that?
That's what changes that.
Said that. I literally just said that watching that fight, and in hindsight's 2020, so I'm not even gonna act like I had the foresight like you. I didn't see that. I thought Canelo was unstoppable. Like I did not think you could stop Canelo. But when I watched that last round, and I was like, raw, like Crawford was landing some shots where he was holding his feet. And I'm like, if he'd done that from maybe round 9, 10, 11, 12 instead of just 11 and 12, he probably would have got him out.
I said there's a good chance that I said, is there a world where he stops him just for pure accumulation of punches? You know what I'm saying? Because I know on singles, Canelo's an animal, but the accumulation of punches that he puts together, I was looking at the fact that this is a man that throws 60 punches round after round after round and he's accurate. Like cool. Canelo has a great chin, but against Triple G, we're seeing him ship a single and ship a single and ship a single. But we're not seeing Canelo eat combinations. When are we seeing Canelo eat combinations? for round after round after round. So that's why I didn't think it was likely, but I said there is a world where that could happen, where he just won't. And also, Canelo's body is slowly breaking down. He's not as fit and durable as he used to be.
I also feel like, and Paulie Malignaggi brought this up, how big is Canelo's heart? Because I've watched Canelo on 3 occasions, specifically in the last 2 occasions where he fought Bivol and he fought Crawford.
Yeah.
And he didn't go out on his shield. He literally was satisfied with his defeat because in the last 2 rounds, he weren't chasing Crawford around trying to get the knockout. So my question will be, if your heart ain't the same...
Yeah, but that's how he survives, though. That's how he survives, though. If he goes for it, he might get laid out. You know what I mean?
Facts. But then if he does get knocked down,
but one of the reasons he doesn't go for it is because he knows that at least one of these judges has this a draw.
No, but
even though he knows he knows it's a draw, blood. So it's not, if he knew that it was actually you're using the logic of someone that would be fighting fair. If that's any other fighter in the world that don't have the judges in his pocket, you're right. You're 10-2 down. You go for the knockout.
I'm saying
against him.
I'm more saying, who's to say that when Canelo does get knocked down, or if he does get knocked down, that he has the heart to get back up?
That's what I wondered.
Like who? Because for me, when you've never been knocked down before, it's one thing losing, but when you get knocked down and you're on the canvas and you're in a place where you've never been before,
pick up your gum shield off the floor,
like,
that kind of thing.
There's a certain level of mentality that it takes to go and keep going. Like a Sean Porter, he's used to getting knocked down, so when he gets knocked down, punch the gloves together, let's go again.
Anyway, as well.
Anyway, but with AJ, we would have never known that AJ would have had those. I can't even use AJ as an example because AJ
earlier in his career, he had the ability to get off the canvas and win. But if you knock AJ down,
AJ is a bad example because AJ's actually shown heart.
Yeah,
I don't even know who I could use it as example, but I've seen many guys get knocked down.
You know, maybe Dubois. You know, if you can knock him down, the fight is almost over. Right. Or when he gets back up, the fight's going to be significantly easier than it was before.
Facts.
Yeah. Whereas with other people, you don't know that. You knock a new way down, and it's a long day for you. But he's gonna you might get knocked out the next round.
Facts.
Facts.
So I mean, this thing 100%. About the Triple G right hand. One thing I'd say, people need to understand: there's different types of knockouts. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, being able to take one shot is not the same as being able to take combinations. You know them ones, because when you get hit with combinations, it tends to be the punch that you don't see that actually does the damage, innit? So,
I was gonna say that. Triple G, if you look at Triple G's knockout ratio is it's one of the most overrated knockout streaks that I've ever seen, because a lot of those guys were just naturally smaller than him. When he fought guys like Danny Jacobs, Derevianchenko, those guys are the similar size, Canelo Alvarez, he did not look like knocking those fighters out. And for me, it's one of those things there. With Golovkin, Canelo could see all Golovkin's punches. Yeah. Golovkin is very, very slow. So
robotic,
I can brace myself if I have a good chin. With Crawford's hitting these guys with shots where I don't even think he saw them. Like that pull counter where he landed that right hand. Like Canelo just walked straight onto that.
Have you spun him all the way around?
That fight.
Literally.
That fight was also 8 years ago. Canelo is vastly different today to who he was 8 years ago. Right. 8 years ago, if Canelo was fighting William Skull and William Skull's running around the ring, Canelo cuts off the ring and kills him. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But today, it's a different Canelo. So bringing up his punch resistance from 8 years ago, we could look at AJ 8 years ago and look at his punch resistance, and it would have looked a lot better than today. That's nearly 10 years ago, bro. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So we can't even look at that. If you got to go back that far, the point is, when we're talking about Canelo's chin, he's fought such low level opposition. His chin hasn't been tested in any of the last few fights. When we're talking about testing his chin, we go back 8 years. Against Billy Joe Saunders, he was down on the cards, but his chin wasn't really tested. Do you know what I'm saying? Caleb Plant didn't test his chin. Charlie, they might have landed some punches on him, but who's tested his chin? We actually don't know where his chin was at going into this fight. Last time he got hit with a clean shot was 8 years ago. What are we talking about? Good point. We don't even know what Triple G would do to him right now. We don't know.
Bro, you don't need, I hear your point. That's a good point.
And even against Bivol, like when he was in trouble, he's got a very tight high guard, and he was just shelling up, bro. So he wasn't really getting hit too clean anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? So and also Bivol's not a big puncher. You're not a big puncher.
And Bivol is the most ungreediest fighter I've ever seen. Like Bivol will have you against the ropes and be like, "Bro, come on! I've already got what I need to get."
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, like I would hate to be Bivol's gal. Like once he's done, it's done. Like this ain't. I ain't letting nothing,
bro. That's what he does.
Get nothing.
He's not in a hurry.
Literally.
I mean, he's not in a hurry, bro.
He takes what he needs to get and he's done.
Because he knows that he's winning the rounds. And as long as he's winning the rounds, he trains to fight 12 rounds anyway. So he's like, cool. You don't want to give me anything, that's fine. I'll pick you off and take the round. Like he's not gonna try and get Canelo to come out of that high guard.
Nope. And that's why I was so confident. Like going into that Bivol Canelo fight, I was so confident Bivol was gonna win. But I was, funny enough, with the Canelo and Crawford fight, I wasn't even confident because of Crawford. I was confident because of Bivol. Because I was confident because of Canelo, sorry. Because Canelo is so washed up, bro. Like he is so washed. Like if you look at his individual attributes that people love to use, his power, his strength, his head movement, all of these things I actually haven't seen of recent.
No.
I couldn't tell you the last time I've actually seen these things.
8 years ago.
Nah, because he had power against Caleb Plant. That was like
but
like
Caleb
4 years
Caleb is
Caleb Plant and Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah. But Caleb Plant is a middleweight, bro. And he's not a big one either.
Okay, but I meant in relation to Crawford. I mean, like, I feel like if you took that version of Canelo versus this version of Crawford, we're having a much more
but I think if Caleb Plant's a boxer, he gives Canelo way more problems, and he gave him problems anyway.
Of course, but I'm saying that version of Canelo. No, not at all. But that version of Canelo would have been a much better fight against Crawford.
How long ago was that?
4 years ago.
So that version of Canelo would have also been like significantly younger than Crawford. Crawford's turning 38 soon. And what's Canelo, 36, and that's 4 years ago. So he would have been 6 or 7 years the younger man. So you would expect him to be giving him some sort of trouble.
Not necessarily, because Canelo hasn't aged well. Canelo's probably aged one of the worst fighters.
Yeah, but that's because he started so early as well, isn't it? Started at 15, so he's got way more mileage than other fighters. Because he was pro at 15.
Way more mileage. Specifically, like way more mileage than the guys that we've seen. Like Crawford, he's got what 40? I think it's 43 fights, and he's getting better as he's getting older because he's relied on a lot of fundamentals that doesn't age. When you rely on your technical and your psychological ability, that doesn't age.
Yeah,
that only gets better. Whereas Canelo, he relied on his quick reflexes, his power, and his chin.
Amir Khan called it perfectly. Do you know what I mean? Amir Khan's probably the closest person I've seen that called it perfectly. He said that when he fought Canelo, he was so easy to hit. He said Canelo's got power that could stop me, and I didn't really have the power to cause him trouble, but he's very easily hittable. He said, but when I fought Crawford, I just couldn't hit him. I just could not actually hit the guy. And you think people have this idea,
and then he makes you pay.
Yeah. And then he counters you. That's what Khan said. And they said on that basis alone, I'm going with Crawford over Canelo. So that's what it is.
Yeah, that fight was all wrong for Canelo. But there's so many fights that's wrong for Canelo. Like this, when you think of it, anyone who's got any form of, I mean, William Skull was wrong for Canelo.
Well, this is the thing. I said on our show that we just recorded.
I think that they made too much of that, bro. I watched the Skull fight. I don't think that he boxed badly.
I agree.
Like Canelo just couldn't cut the ring off. That's not Skull's
fault.
I had Skull winning on the. I had Skull winning.
When I was watching it, I was like, "Yo, Skull's winning this fight."
It's a boring fight, and you would have won in a boring way.
Boxing,
but that's just what it is.
Hit and not get hit, bro. And he was hitting Canelo more than Canelo was hitting him.
The thing with Canelo as well, I was saying on our show, like with all of the cherry picks he's been doing in recent years, it hasn't prepared him very well for a Crawford. He would have been better off if he took more risks against the David Morrell, say at 168 or something. He might have won those fights and come through some adversity and stuff, but he might have been in a better shape to go and take that fight. Where you've been taking gimme fights and there was the last fight you had, Skull. Yeah. How the hell is that going to prepare you for Crawford? That's the biggest disparity between one fight and the other fight.
I mean, Canelo. Crawford's last fight was Majimov. Now I know a lot of people was reading into that. Oh, he fought Majimov and struggled. But when you actually look at the skill set that was required to fight Majimov, it's a much higher level of skill set.
He's not prepared. He's not prepared to get in, land blows, and get out again. He's prepared. Like that fight would have prepared him for Canelo way better than Skull preparing for Crawford. It's night and day.
Oh, that's a question. Someone in the comment section said Bud or Mayweather. Me and Nick was just talking about that just now. How do you see that?
I think that Floyd makes Bud look like Canelo. Not in a bad way, but bro, Floyd is just like, bro, Floyd was making man miss, bro. You know, when man were turning around saying that Bud beat Canelo better than Mayweather did. I've watched the Mayweather fight probably 10 times. I can't lie. I don't think he landed a shot on Mayweather in that fight. I don't think he landed one clean punch in that fight, bro.
I would actually agree with the people who say that Bud beat Canelo better than Floyd did. I would agree with those people because for me, there's a blueprint to beat Canelo, but the blueprint that Crawford used wasn't the blueprint to beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The things that I was worried about going into the fight for Crawford done, and he still won. I was worried for when Crawford held his feet.
Because
I was like,
but Floyd was holding his feet though. No, but Floyd was holding his feet. Like people need to watch the fight again.
He held his feet. He didn't beat him up like
Floyd never had the. I felt like Floyd does not have the. He doesn't have the dimensions that Bud has. So you're comparing them as athletes, innit? Like in terms of Bud, Bud was a southpaw and Bud was landing beautiful combinations and pivoting off to Canelo's weak side. So he fought a beautiful fight.
Yes.
But brother, and these are two of my favorite fighters. Bud's my favorite current fighter. Floyd is like my favorite fighter. And like, bro, Floyd was standing in there in the pocket with this brer, catching shots on his shoulder and letting off 3-4 shots, boom, boom, boom. And he was holding his feet. Like, Floyd wasn't boxing on the front foot. He walked Canelo down. Like, people are talking like Floyd was pot-shotting him and walking around the ring. He actually did hold his feet, and he was noticeably a lot smaller than Canelo. Like, Floyd was way smaller than Buddies. Like, naturally.
Yeah, of course.
They're much smaller than him.
For me, if you have to ask me, and Floyd is my favorite fighter that I've ever seen in my life in terms of favorite. But if you were to ask me and I was to break it down who I would have felt would have won, maybe 135 Floyd would have beat 135 Crawford. That's it. But I think every other version of Floyd loses to Crawford. I think 135 Floyd beats 135 Crawford. But I think every other Floyd loses to Crawford. And I just feel like he loses to Crawford because not even just the size. I just feel like Crawford could do more in the ring than Floyd. I think Floyd can't fight in the pocket with Crawford. And
but I don't think he would though. This is what I said. I think Floyd would make Bud look like Canelo, like he's chasing the fight, because Floyd would just frustrate you and pot shot the shit out of you. Like, Floyd knows who to bring what to. This is what's the beauty of Floyd Mayweather. Like, he don't fight the same against everyone. He likes to take your weapons away. And I feel like when I'm watching Floyd, he has a way of making elite fighters look shit. So does Bud.
The issue with Floyd is Floyd's never fought someone who's got good defense. So when he's fighting guys, when I mean good defense, I mean good defense with their hands, with their feet, and with their head movement. So I think he would box off the back foot.
But neither has Bud.
I
has the skill set of Floyd? No one. Like, that's why it's a freak match.
Not the skill set of Floyd. Not the skill set of Floyd.
Nobody. But I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's impossible to obviously judge. I do feel like when it's all said and done, Crawford will have a more successful career. Not financially, but in terms of what they've done in the sport.
Yeah.
You know, what Crawford's done is far superior to what Mayweather's done. But not But then you look at his if you look at who's gonna win a fight, that's subjective.
Yeah, Mayweather's got a better resume, but Crawford's got better achievements.
Like, his achievements. I don't think anyone will ever.
But Bud's got better legacy, and if Bud can do undisputed 4-weight, and he could still retire, what, 46, 47-0, 4-weight undisputed, 4-weight undisputed, and 6-weight champion or something like that.
6-weight world champion.
So if he does all that, he's got the superior legacy. No argument.
Yeah. Of course.
No arguments.
And I also feel like Floyd. I also feel like Floyd was in a era where he could actually control. You know what I'm saying? So he had a way more control over the narrative. And
that's what I said. He didn't. Crawford's kind of struggled for the right dance partners at times. That's why he had to go up to 168 and fight Canelo. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's a bit of a victim of the environment that he's in. Even if he goes to 160 and becomes undisputed, there people are going to say, well, it was a weak era.
Yeah, fact.
Benn was there.
Eubank was there.
Eubank was there. Do you know what I'm saying? All this kind of stuff. So that's always going to be thrown at him. But in terms of just beating who's in front of you, Crawford, bro, do you know what I'm saying? I do feel like maybe there's a world where Floyd beats Crawford. I'm not against that, but I do feel like Crawford has more in more tools in his toolbox than
what
Floyd
I would
does.
say.
I think Floyd has perfected the tools that he's got in his toolbox. He's perfected it 10-10, but there's more. Like I've seen Crawford win fights off the back foot, and I've seen him walk man down and beat them up, and I've seen him do it all. What he did with that Canelo performance, what was so amazing is he put it all together in a mad way. Like,
yeah, facts.
I just think that if anybody could beat Floyd, it's Crawford. But I wouldn't say that he definitely beats him, because we've seen Floyd.
Now you can't say
guys.
You can't say anyone.
Look like they got
anyone beats him.
No, but if I had to choose a fighter that I think could beat him, it would be Bud. Just because Bud's a good boxer, but he's also, when you're saying more complete, he's a fighter as well. Like, he'll stand there and he'll take risks that Floyd won't take. But that doesn't necessarily mean, like, he's not a better boxer, but I think he's a better fighter, because he's willing to go places Floyd ain't willing to go. Or at least we haven't seen Floyd.
I think that makes him the best. For me, it makes him the best overall because he's got the extra gear in it. Someone who can do both and someone that has the extra gears. For me, there's more different types of fights. I've never seen right now. I said it on our show. Right now, Bud is probably the favorite in any fight across 4 weight classes. We've never seen Canelo. We've never seen Mayweather have that type of clout, that type of gravitas. That's what I'm saying. Like, we've never seen that.
It's because of the fight in him. It's his personality.
It's funny though, because whilst I'm saying all the things I'm saying, what you said might not necessarily be in Bud's favor. I'll give you an example. If Ward was to fight Bivol, Prime Ward was to fight Prime Bivol, everything you said would have been in Ward's favor. Yeah. But I still pick Bivol to win, because I feel like sometimes it's that discipline, perfect one style that might beat you.
Of course.
And that's where I'm like, I couldn't. If you were to put a gun to my head and say who's going to win, I would struggle to answer that question. I would say at 135, Floyd definitely wins, because that's the worst version of Bud we've ever seen. That was at 135 when he was killing himself to make 135. He would have lost to Floyd then, because Floyd was money at 35. But when he like, once he got to 47, I've never seen a welterweight do what Crawford done. No. This guy knocked out everyone at 47. And he made fighters like Sean Porter has lost before. Sean Porter's never been stopped before. Errol Spence hadn't even been down before. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he was making fights that were supposed to be difficult easy.
Like I say, he's going into fights where he's the B side and brocking up the A side on a consistent basis. But what you're saying to Floyd and Bivol makes sense, because there's a saying in martial arts, isn't it? It's like, it's something like, don't fear the man that has 1,000 moves, but the man that's done the same move 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
and this is what I'm saying. I think that Floyd goes in there and frustrates the shit out of Crawford, just because it's one of them ones where the same fire that Bud has, that them man try to like, yo, just box. Brother, Floyd is like that wasp that just keeps stinging you and flying away, and brother, you just lose your head. I could see Floyd just pot shotting him, pissing him off, and he just gets angry, and the game plan goes out the window, and Floyd just keeps hitting him and running and wins. Like, I could see that because Floyd does that.
There's a world where that happens.
Where that
happens. I just think Crawford's
mentality is elite, though.
Yeah, he's that mentality. That's why that fight would be amazing.
But so is Floyd.
That's why that fight would be amazing.
Yeah.
It would be so
amazing
difficult.
fight. But I'm glad I don't have to see it.
I'm not gonna lie, like,
I'm glad I don't have to see it. I hate when I see my favorite fighters fight each other. I hate it. So it's one of them ones. I don't want to see that. I would never want to see that.
It's like when people fought Beterbiev, when people fought Beterbiev, like there was nothing I wanted to see more than that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but I didn't. I'm not a fan of Beterbiev like that. I was a big Bivol fan, but like it's one of them ones where I don't like Floyd and Bud are like two of my favorite boxers. Yeah, in the last 20 years, bro. I would never want to see them fight because to me, it's like, but I don't gain nothing from that. Yeah, I don't enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? I like the.
You're a selfish boxing fan.
Yeah,
Rants is selfish.
Bro, listen. The reason why I like the Eubank and Benn fight is because I have a side and I want to see a man get rendered unconscious. Like, I don't like fights. I don't like watching fights where I don't want someone to get smoked. I don't enjoy it as much. Do you get me? Like, I want to see someone get smoked.
I'm a completely different boxing fan.
When I don't have a side, I don't enjoy boxing the same. I can't just watch two fighters.
I would say I don't have a side for 80% of the boxing that
I was gonna say, like, there's about maybe 80 to 85% of the fights that I watch where I'd probably
especially doing the YouTube thing, I try not to have a bias thing because it's not like football where there's a scoreline in it. Like, it's a judged contest.
Yeah, but
so I try to go in without any type of bias. If there's a fight I like one somebody else, it's like
It's not even that, because there's been fights where I've watched where I've wanted someone to win. Like when Ryan fought Devin, I wanted Devin to win. But there's certain fights where I've watched where I'm like, the fights that actually intrigue me. No, I'm lying, because when Usyk fought Fury, bro, I wanted Usyk to win that fight.
Yeah.
So did
I wanted Usyk to win that. That
might be more dislike of Fury.
Like, I want to see Fury AJ because I want to see AJ knock him out. Like, or else I wouldn't care to see that fight, because the truth is they're both past their best. So there's nothing in that fight for me unless I want to see a man get flatlined. That's the reality.
Nothing in that fight at all. Nothing in that fight.
Apart from like the legacy of who's the best British boxer of the generation.
Yeah, but even then, the fight's too late, so it doesn't prove that.
Yeah,
because when they were both in their prime, they should have fought.
Yeah.
So it doesn't prove that. It was like Kell Brook, Amir Khan. It's just that I knew Kell Brook was better than Amir Khan from the beginning, but because the fight was so late, man will say, "Oh, you beat or watched Amir Khan." Amir Khan will still say, "When I was fighting in America, I was better than you. You was fighting in leisure centers and that." He'll still do that. But Kell Brook would have smoked Amir Khan no matter what time they fought.
I agree. Kell Brook was my guy at one point.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
and this is what I mean.
There's so many. I don't even know if is there a fight out there, because I'm literally thinking, because we've got so much fights recently. Is there a fight out there that I'm dying to see? Probably Virgil and Boots. That's
Virgil and Boots. Yeah. Devin and Shakur.
I mean, Shakur Tank is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see Shakur Tank. Yeah, Shakur Haney, I don't care about, because I think that Shakur beats him quite comfortably. Do you know what I mean? The Tank one I want to see, because everyone thinks that Tank can knock Shakur out, and I don't believe that Tank can lay a glove on him. So
I think Tank's stock is plummeting still.
Yeah,
that man's fighting, flipping big.
He's ducking Lamont Roach in it, and realistically, he probably lost that fight as well. So
he did.
So yeah, that's kind of dying still.
Yeah, and if when he loses to Jake Paul, because he will lose to Jake Paul. I don't know if people think he's gonna beat Jake Paul.
There's no winner or loser because it's an exhibition.
Exhibition. See,
there's no winner or loser.
That's what I said to you, bro.
And it's gonna be in 16-ounce gloves or something stupid like that, bro. It's gonna be in pillows, blood. Ain't no real fight. It's a fucking sparring match.
That's what I told you.
So people are paying for that.
Yeah. Bro, this is what I told you. This is what I told you on our show, bro. I just told you this.
It's on Netflix. So it already comes with the Netflix thing, innit?
It's free, innit? Yeah, I can't complain. It's free, innit?
So it's going to be mad, bro. But yeah, to me, that invincibility, obviously having someone like Tank who's got a good knockout record but is limited as a boxer is great, because everyone's always going to back against. For me, as a gambling man, I can make bare money on Shakur, because Tank's always going to be the favorite in that fight, because he'll come out of that Jake Paul fight. He'll cherry pick someone, knock them out, And then if he ever does fight Shakur, Tank's always going to be the favorite. And then I make money, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just like betting against overrated English fighters, blood. I've made so much money betting against English fighters in my life.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I'm saying? It's easy, bro, because in England, they just make them the favorite. So, do you know what I'm saying? It's light work. So, but yeah, Tank versus Shakur, we ain't never going to see that fight, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? If he's not going to fight, if he's too scared to fight Lamont Roach, he's not fighting.
Jake Paul fight. He retires after the Jake Paul fight. This is his pension cash out.
Shakur might fight Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah, they've been doing this, but bro, I'll be real, yeah. Tio's talking so much. I don't think he wants to fight like that, bro. Because Shakur really wants it. Because Shakur knows that he just needs a name. Want the fight still. Shakur just wants a name.
Shakur really does want it still.
Yeah, because he wants a name.
Real, though. That's a tough fight, though.
It's a tough fight.
I make Shakur the favorite, but that's a tough fight.
No, but Tio will be the favorite.
Tio's fought at a higher level.
Yeah, Tio will be the favorite for a lot of people, but I think that Shakur's going to deal with it.
I make Shakur the favorite. But I think that's going to be a tough fight.
The problem we have is that Tio's performances are not consistent. However, he does tend to step up when he's fighting better levels of opposition.
Yeah, he tends to mirror the opponent. But the problem with the Shakur thing is, you can mirror a lot of opponents, but Shakur, you can't hit him. It's different. You know them, man. It's different when you're in it with other people. You see someone like Loma. Loma takes risks. You see when we talked about Crawford and that, Loma takes risks. He will close the distance. He will try and pivot around you and put his hands together. Bro, Shakur is going to stay behind that shoulder, and he's going for the most comfortable night possible.
That's why I make Shakur the favorite. But here's where it starts to get a bit interesting. Tio is an active fighter. And I've seen Tio fight that exact same style against where people have tried to... When he fought Jermaine Ortiz, when Tio fought Jermaine Ortiz fought that same Shakur style. And just because of activity, I thought Ortiz won the fight. But just because of activity, he won the fight. And I'm like, Shakur's going to have to find the right balance between attack and defense versus Tio. Because I don't think Tio's got the power to stop him, but Tio throws a lot of punches. And
but I don't think he'll throw a lot of punches against Shakur, though. You know them ones, like it's one of them ones.
I don't know what's gonna stop him.
Shakur's the kind of fighter.
It's not a question of throwing because he's so hard to hit.
Exactly, and when you fight against someone that's hard to hit, naturally you become gun shy. Like, bro, you should know that. You've been in the ring. When you're throwing punches and they're not landing, naturally you throw less.
If Tio can set traps for Shakur, then
he's not setting no traps.
If he can set traps, then it might work. But if he's just going to throw punches purely on volume, it'll be a long day. Volume won't help him.
I think that's why I'm making Shakur the favorite. I've seen people fight Tio. I've seen Tio struggle with movers. Shakur moves. Shakur will cause Tio problems. I'm saying this is all about narrative. This is all about judging a score, or judging a fight. If Tio fights a fight at long range and fights behind the jab, and Shakur fights behind the jab, Shakur will land more jabs than Tio. However, all of the bravado that comes with Tio's game can win him the fight. It was like when Tyson Fury was fighting Usyk. If Usyk didn't flip the switch and stick it on Fury,
he can manufacture rounds.
He can manufacture rounds.
He can win rounds in the eyes of the ref, the judges.
To step forward and start pressing the gas to win the fight.
Bro, we saw Fury not throw no punches and then wiggle on the ropes and the crowd started getting wild.
I'm like, bro, I'm not saying I picked Shakur to win, but
but this is part of the experience that Tio has because Tio's had these big nights. Shakur's still new to this realm of having these big nights. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Tio's been there, bro. He's been, sometimes he's won, sometimes he's lost, but he's been there and had these big nights. He knows how to work the crowd. He knows how to win over the judges. Shakur wins the judges by landing clean jabs and not getting hit. But all the other intangibles, Tio is probably better at that showmanship stuff.
And the backhand as well, bro. Shakur's backhand is very good, bro. It's not just the jabs, it's the distance.
Everything.
It's everything.
Because everything is amazing. He's an amazing. And I said when I first saw him, I said he's got the highest ceiling in the sport. He hasn't translated that as of yet, but because obviously the oppositions that he's fought. And I pick him to beat Tio. I'm just saying, if Tio beat him and we're saying, well, that was a robbery, don't be surprised if that happens. Don't be surprised if we're saying.
Does it matter where the fight is? Will that play a factor or not really?
It's gonna be the fight's gonna be. They're trying to get the fight in New York.
Where it is.
The fight's got to be in New York. New Jersey versus New York has to be in New York. And if it's
from Jersey,
Shakur's from Jersey.
I don't know
New Jersey. Him and Ray Ford are both from Jersey.
Oh, okay.
So I think Shakur boxes his head off, to be honest. But Tio, I rate Tio's skill set, bro. I actually thought at one point that he had the deepest bag out of all of them. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he looked like he do a little bit of everything.
There was a stage, but mentally, that's why I think he loses to Shakur. Because mentally,
he looked like he could do a little bit of everything. But like I said, I feel like Shakur's mastered the way he fights, and it's hard to get him out.
He's quite weak as well. Like Tio's mentally fragile as well. He's mentally fragile. Like you see in fights where he mentally loses the fight as well.
I mean, you can see in the press conferences and stuff. Like when they're standing there and talking, look at the conviction that Shakur speaks with. Like, do you know what I'm saying? You can see in his eyes that he really wants this fight. Tio's kind of just on the mic trying to bust jokes and that. But it's like, bro, do you really want to fight?
Literally, and then when Crawford pulled up on him, he lost all that gangster. And I'm like, bro, I don't really like that. Like, I'd rather you stand 10 toes and be like, yeah, that's what I said. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he ended up getting humbled.
It's a New Yorker, innit? It's talking, big talk.
I see this comment here, but these are the parallels with Shakur and Bud. Because Shakur and Bud, their resumes look the way they do because a lot of people don't want to fight them as well because the risk ain't worth the reward. They're two guys that man were just like, you know what, the style... And also, it don't make a lot of money, so man don't want to fight them, bro. They're not money fights, but they weren't at the time.
I think Shakur though has to take slightly more responsibility than Bud does, only because
he got offered the Devin fight.
I'm not even gonna get to that. I'm gonna because that's something you could say, but more importantly, I feel like with Shakur isn't being frozen out. You know what I'm saying? He's like, there was a stage where PBC said, we are not recognizing Terence Crawford as a champion. Like, he just wasn't being recognized. Whereas Shakur, I feel like a lot of it's down to the fact that himself at specific times, when he fought at 30, he was a hot commodity. He moved to 35, in my opinion, at the wrong time. I thought he should have probably stayed at 30 for a little bit longer. Then when he did move to 35, he had performances that wasn't pleasant on the eye. With Crawford, he was knocking man out and man them still weren't fighting him. You couldn't say he wasn't entertaining because he was knocking man out. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas
when people avoided Crawford, it looked like fear. Whereas when people are avoiding Shakur, they have the excuse that your fights are boring.
They'll just say, "Oh, you're boring."
I'm not saying it's true, but it's just an excuse.
Yeah, but man say you're boring. But, bro, if he's boring, then go in there and make him look boring, bro. Like, it's a cop out. You know them ones there. Like, if he's boring and he doesn't throw punches,
it's a cop out, but it's more believable. It is a cop out, but it's more believable when it like you can't tell the fans you're not fighting someone who's boring when they're knocking everyone out.
But now you're right. But the truth is, they don't want to fight him because they can't hit him, bro. Like, that's the reality.
It's also Shakur hasn't shown vulnerabilities. I'll explain what I mean by that. Boots was struggling to get fights. He looked bad against Avanesian. All of a sudden, Stanionis wants to fight him. Virgil wants to fight him. That's what happens. Crawford was struggling to get fights. He looked bad against Majimov. All of a sudden, he gets the fight. Bivol struggling to get fights. Looks bad against Craig Richards. Gets the Canelo fight. Sometimes you have to look shit. Devin Haney has had so much opportunities in high-level fights, but he looks vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's true because everyone thinks I can be the one to knock him out because he looks like he's there to be taken out.
Exactly. Like, people were lining up to fight Kambosos because he looks vulnerable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're
like,
not wrong.
When you look vulnerable, like Shakur Stevenson does not look vulnerable. He might not look pleasant to watch in terms of his style, if you don't like that style, but he does not look vulnerable. We haven't seen this guy get rocked. We haven't seen this guy get dropped. Like, we haven't seen this guy have a controversial scorecard like Tank. We haven't seen none of that. Nothing. There's literally 0 asterisks on his resume right now.
That's facts.
So that's
definitely you think Tio takes the fight or not?
Do I think Tio takes the fight?
Yeah.
I think Tio has to take the fight. Tio
he didn't take the Haney fight, bro. He doesn't have to. Tio's already talked up bare fights and not fought them.
No, do you know why he has to take the Shakur fight? Because as it currently stands, who is there for Tio to fight?
He's got nowhere else to go.
Tio has burnt he's burnt his bridge with Turkey by calling him a towel boy and all of that stuff that he's called him. So he's burnt that bridge. Top Rank are literally just having him in a slavery contract right now where they're not putting on any shows. Plus, they lost their deal with ESPN, innit? They lost their deal with ESPN, so that's done. So in reality, where's he got to go? Shakur's literally the only one offering money. Whoever puts the money up, he's taking it, bro.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong, actually. That's going to be interesting, but that's a fight that I would like to see because I'm a big fan of Shakur's and I just think that he needs a name on his resume, just like Crawford needed Spence. Do you know what I'm saying? Spence. And I think that that's his Spence moment. That's his Spence moment.
Yeah, 100%.
Tio versus Hitchens, I wouldn't mind seeing either. Like,
I'm surprised that fight ain't happened already.
But they were both like trying to gang up on Devin Haney together. So I didn't know what was going on. When I last see them together, they're all buddy New York.
You know what it is, yeah? Hitchens and Shakur boys, I've seen that. But I think they're all kind of from around the same way. You know them, man. So
yeah, because they all came from the same amateur setup. Even Devin was part of it. They all came from that same.
But them three are from like New Jersey, New York, innit?
Yeah,
and then I know, so Devin's kind of the outsider.
Plus Tio and Hitchinson they both managed by Richard Conlon. They both managed by the same person.
Yeah.
They got the same manager throughout the entire career. So that also contributes to it as well. But I don't even know. Because I thought that fight was gonna happen. That's an easy unification for 140. One's IBF, one's WBO unified. But I don't know what's happening with that fight.
I love Haney though. I love when Haney does that though, because Haney's a bad man. They'll call out Haney and they'll send him a contract for 20% or 15%. That's what Haney would do. And them man would turn down the contract and Haney would say, "Bro, man sent you a contract. What are you talking about?" He loves that.
Literally. But you know what? You know what though? There's one thing that's why, as much as we can criticize Haney we want, you see Bill, he's actually a genius, you know.
Yeah.
Like Bill was actually one of the greatest, like, I don't even know what word to use, but he knows how to control media narrative. Like, once he saw that his son was a villain, he just milked that. Yeah, my son, like, he just milked it. He knows how to do it.
That's against the world.
Bro, the fact that he was the one who went to Crawford and said, "Crawford, take the Canelo fight. That's your fight." Like there's a certain level of genius to his foolishness.
And Bill's great. Bill's actually great. He's great for the sport. He is great for the sport, bro. Do you know what I mean? 100%. But yeah, obviously, Devin was the one that broke away from that kind of amateur setup and went for the big money, signed with a foreign promoter, started traveling, all that kind of stuff, and kind of early on in the pro careers left the rest of them in their dust, bro. That's why they don't like him.
Facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is.
But that was all down to Bill, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Literally. So, bruv. Yeah, man. But what you got planned? You said you got a show after this for Champions League?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing a watch along, but bro, my phone's just gone off. I need to jump in the attic, blood. Apparently my boiler's just turned off. So I need to go check that out, bro. So I might have to cancel the next stream, blood. I can't lie, bruv. So we're gonna see.
Who's playing today?
Newcastle and Barcelona.
Oh,
no, I mean Newcastle, Barcelona are playing. Man City, Napoli are playing.
And Man City, Napoli, and Frankfurt, Galatasaray. I'll slap it on.
Well, before you even go, what did you look? Me and you ain't spoken about, but Ricky Hatton.
Yeah, man.
Bro, they still haven't. Bro, they still haven't said. They still haven't said what happened in it, and they're probably not going to say what happened.
They've hinted at it though, innit?
They've hinted at
it, innit? I think we might know what happened.
Okay, well, I've heard a few things like when man was saying. Yeah, I heard Eddie Hearn mention something. They said something about aftercare for boxers after boxing. So you know them way there. Like it's just it's unfortunate.
It's mental health aftercare.
Yeah, it's a mental health thing. But
it's unfortunate.
I found that kind of mad because didn't he have a fight in December?
I didn't even know we had a fight, but you know what it is,
one of the few people that I don't
this think... chat, bro. I swear down. Let me turn the chat off. Yo, you know what it is?
Yeah, I know.
I didn't even see. I didn't
turn off the chat because this chat is wild, bro. Might have to change this. But you know what
my
it is,
days! Yeah? I saw what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know,
that,
this chat is fucking diabolical. But yeah, it was a shock, bro. And the thing is, I've been seeing him train a lot recently, so. Because I've been seeing him training a lot and he was losing weight. I see him training in his son. He looked happy. But though, again, that's why social media, bro. Do you know what I mean? You don't believe everything you see on social media, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we don't know what goes on away from the camera, innit?
But more than even aftercare, I genuinely feel like this is just across the board in every sport. When people give up the sport, and this is where because you gotta bear in mind, after a while, like it's a mix. You not watch Paid in Full, innit? Where he's like, oh, I got money, I can leave the league, but is the street still gonna love me? Let's keep it real. Who got more love in the streets than Ricky? Who got more love and adulation in the streets than Ricky? And giving up that love is the hard. Forget money, because these men have been poor. They don't even buy new jeans. Their man don't buy nothing. It's the fact that their name ain't in the streets no more.
Look at Froch. When Froch gets Froch, like
Froch is itching to come back and fight, but he don't want to get smoked by Darren Till.
Struggling to retire.
Yeah,
he's struggling to retire, but he can't and I get it. If he sees someone that's getting adulation that
but that's what
really
Fury
believes
does.
he can beat, it's driving him mental.
Fury retires.
I can imagine Froch,
and as soon as someone else is getting a bit of hype, all of a sudden he's jogging again, blood, on Instagram. You know them that. I'm calling man dossers and that's what he does.
You know what Fury does though? Yeah, Fury records those videos months ahead of time. Yeah, this fat pussy. Yeah? I swear to God, he records those videos months ahead of time, and then as soon as that happens with Atoma, he drops the video like a diss track. He's like Kendrick Lamar, blood. That video is not now. That video is from ages ago, bro. I guarantee you, bro. When he's in camp, he stacks up their videos. He's a fraud.
I don't actually like bringing it back to Ricky. I genuinely feel like a lot of, because I don't feel like this is just going to be one person. I feel like there's a few people who are like, for them, they were in their mind. I'm not saying it, but in their mind, they were nobodies. Do you know what I'm saying? They were nobody.
Then there was somebody.
And then they became someone.
Yeah.
They don't want to go back to being nobody.
Of course.
And
you're
the
not
fear
wrong.
of them going back to being a nobody.
It's the feeling, innit?
This is gonna sound so mad, yeah. But even me dead and me dying and me being in the
somebody again
makes my name relevant again. I'm the front of the newspaper. That might sound mad, yeah, but that actually might be people's motivation.
The thing with the aftercare thing is it's a sad loss, because we all know the stories of Ricky Hatton took 30,000 fans to Vegas to fight Mayweather, and I've never met anyone in the boxing world that's had anything.
That was the only Hatton fight I watched live.
Swear.
But on my life.
Nah, I've got you see what fight Pacquiao live?
Or Costa
No,
I was
Costa Zoo fight.
No, tell a lie. No, that was the first one I watched live, not the only one. Do you know what I'm saying? I watched that and the Pacquiao one. Do you know what I mean? I didn't watch Costa Zoo and all that, bro. I wasn't a fan of Ricky Hatton at all as a boxer, man. That blood and thunder boxing weren't for me.
Ricky Hatton made me a lot of money, blood. Do you know what I mean? Because betting against him when he was fighting Mayweather and that, I made some money. But
my fighters, my UK fighters were Kell Brook, David Hay. When I was growing up, who else did I watch?
Do you know what it is though, Rants? If you for someone like you, British boxing,
that's it, really.
For someone like you, British boxing's just dead, blood. Just leave it. Just be a fan of American boxing, because for me, I like technical fighters too, but I do like a duff stuff. So
I don't.
When
like
I'm looking at British boxing,
I'll be honest.
when I'm looking at British boxing, it just is what it is, innit? Like, do you know what I'm saying? I know what I'm gonna get with these.
Who's my favorite? Like,
for me, Kell Brook was my guy a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't really
like Joe Calzaghe that much. He wasn't entertaining.
I didn't like Joe Calzaghe at all, man.
Joe Calzaghe was a very
merchant. He was a good boxer,
not disrespecting him, but he wasn't. He weren't entertaining for me. He weren't my style.
Like growing up, I don't even remember. Other than Lewis, like Lance Lewis.
I think for people of color, generally speaking, you're probably Kell Brook and Prince Nassim. They're the two.
I wasn't a massive Kell Brook fan.
Man wasn't watching David Hay knocking people out as well.
Nah, I didn't like David Hay.
I watched David Hay, but I wouldn't say I was necessarily a fan of him.
I was never a fan. I always watched David Hay thinking it was a typical British story that when you move up to the top level, you'll lose. I didn't feel like this guy can go in place. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a time when early Kell Brook, I thought like this is the guy. Then the Spencer that came and it was like, okay.
Because what, didn't Kell Brook go to America and beat Sean Porter?
Yeah, like there was a time when I thought Kell was the guy. Then, you know what I mean, after the eye socket injury and whatever. But someone like someone like David Hay. I never thought David Hay.
You know who?
And then you had the toe excuse.
This is gonna sound mad, yeah, and why for this statement in advance? But the person who grew on me, why, was actually Tony Belly. As he got older in his career, I actually preferred his boxing style.
But he gave you some of the worst.
He was quite slick
fights I've ever had.
He was quite slick for like a British fighter, Bellew. Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously, when
that's the mixed race side of him.
Fair play.
That's the mixed race side to a minute. He's like,
who was the brother that who was the African brother that he beat before Usyk smoked him?
You're talking about
watched that fight.
Makabu.
That's the one. I watched that fight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously I saw what Usyk done to him, but I wasn't a Bellew fan still. Like, he could speak, but I wasn't a fan. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a fan of Tony Bellew.
Also, being from West London, George Grove.
No, I like James the Girl. I like James the Girl.
Chunky was from my ends, innit? So, like, it was one of them. I used to watch his fight. I wanted him to beat the girl. I wanted him to beat.
I'm not even gonna cap.
Groves.
I
wanted him to beat George Groves, but Groves was too smart for him.
West.
Yeah, I know, but bro, the girl's from Housden though. He's from my ends, like actually from my ends. Like, man used to see him on the end.
Fair enough.
Plus, he used to fight American fights. Like, he fought Buddy Jack, he fought the.
Yeah.
He went. That's why for me, I kind of like
James the girl. I did watch. I forgot about James.
Yeah, for me, I think fucking what's his name? Groves being from West, I did like Groves a lot, and he was an intelligent boxer, which you don't see a lot from Britain. It was more than just a angry, try and rock 'em, sock 'em type of boxer.
Yeah, George Groves is actually a really good fighter.
That's when he was with Adam Booth as well, innit? Like, bro.
Yeah, and he's aged gracefully.
Yeah.
Have you seen, like, when I say he's aged gracefully, I don't mean like what I mean is like in terms of what you were saying before about leaving the fame behind and stuff. Like, when they ask him certain things about, would you get back when Chris Eubank's name got hot again? So would you come back? He's like, nah, I've had my moment, man. Let these men have their moment. He's very humble, like, do you know what I'm saying? So I like that. He doesn't seem to be struggling with leaving the limelight behind and stuff like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's because George Groves was never a superstar.
True.
He was in big fights.
Yeah.
He personally was.
He's like a British level star, but not.
Like,
he was. Yeah,
Ricky
he was a domestic star. Like a
I want to know what's gonna happen with AJ when AJ leaves, because
AJ can do movies.
Them man are having mental breakdowns. Them man are having mental breakdowns before they've even retired.
True.
AJ had a mental breakdown in the ring.
Nah, bro, come on.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I think AJ's
calm,
aftercare,
man.
I think he's
AJ
calm,
needs
bro.
current care, blood.
I think he's good.
It's not even.
Nah. The one thing you see about AJ lives his life, bro. You'll see him in Nigeria, bro. He's a superstar there, bro. Like, you see him on his quad bike.
You might see him in Africa, but you might see him beefing uni students as well. It's like,
nah, bro, you have to pattern them up.
Be a boxer or not?
He never wanted to be a boxer.
I don't even think if you ask AJ right now, but there was a version of AJ that was enjoying the limelight. Right now, I think he might be easy. Fury might struggle to give up the limelight.
100%.
Yeah, Fury will struggle. He does struggle. 100%. AJ will be fine. He can sleep at night. You know them ones. Fury on the other hand,
100%.
He'll be back.
But AJ's overachieved, didn't it? AJ's achieved everything that he would have hoped to achieve when he started boxing, plus more. Like, in his soul, he should be fulfilled. Whereas someone like Fury will probably never be fulfilled, innit? That's why man chase substances and then kind of things, innit?
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because
I mean, Fury's already mentally weaker than AJ anyway.
100%.
Exactly. Who said Fury will be back on the sniff?
No, I wasn't going to read that out. I wasn't gonna read it.
Hey, bro.
Hey, it's mad.
That is true. It's true, man. So I think Joshua will be fine. If he never fights again, he'll be calm, bro. He's got too much going on, bro. Like, even now, you see him out doing Lucasade things, everything. He's out busting joke with the public. Like, bro, Fury's just online trolling, bro. Like, their lives are not the same. You know what I mean?
100%. But AJ lives in the capital and Fury lives in Winterfell, blood. You know what I'm saying? So it's long, blood.
In Morecambe or something. You know them ones.
Yeah, he's just up in the cold north, blood. But you see them man there, they'll be them man are ghetto fabulous, isn't it? Them northerners.
No, but
they're trailer park fame. They're trailer park fame.
You know what Pitney he has though? He's got bare Pitney, you know.
Yeah,
bare children.
This one man have to keep fighting. You know them ones, so this is what it is. They might have expensive habits. You know them ones. Like AJ just got one Pitney. You know the one. Man got bare Pitney. You know what I mean? And bare hobbies that are expensive. You know what I mean? So. You know what I mean? Them kind of hobbies there.
One amount of Marbella trips and that.
Literally.
You see that? So
Yeah.
it's a mad thing. But yo, people, I big up everyone inside, man. Make sure you smash the likes, bruv. Man, gonna redirect over to Gunner's watch along because he's watching the same game that I was gonna watch. But I need to fucking go into my bloody attic now, bruv, and see what the fuck's going on, bruv. You know what I mean? So yeah, but the pressure in my boilers, gone. So I need to sort that out now. Hey, what you man got coming up?
The show's coming out.
We've got a weekly podcast, Only Fact Sports podcast, football, boxing, all that kind of stuff. We've got bare lives coming up. And then
also, I don't know, we've never actually done it on this show, this channel before, but we got Only Facts Extra, so a new channel which we launched, which is just bare exclusive content, like content where we talk about
all the controversial content, basically. All the things that madam don't really want to chat about.
Cool, I'll give you like one of the titles of the video. One of the titles is like. I can't even say. I can't even say.
I think I watched one of them yesterday. I think I watched one of them yesterday.
Like some of the stuff.
The immigration one.
The most like calm one is black men shouldn't date white women. That's the calmest one. That's the calmest one. The rest of them is.
I had the immigration one on yesterday, blood. When I was making my dinner, blood, I was busting up.
Yeah,
bro. We got one on Charlie Kirk coming. So that should tell you the type of.
Yeah, them man are gonna
tell you the type of director. You got to do it now. But
that kind of content. So you lot make sure you check.
We don't know how long that channel. We don't know how long that channel's going to be alive.
And the benefit we have is, Rants, we're not at your level, so we don't actually have nothing to lose. So
it'll be fine anyway. As long as you don't put specific words, in the title, you'll be completely fine, bro. Because it's robots that.
That definitely ain't. Yeah, that definitely ain't the case still. Like, so to be fair, the actual top debates themselves, debates themselves are actually quite calm. We don't say anything that wild. It's just a wild topic to talk about.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
I don't know. Different people have different views on what is and isn't wild. We'll see.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. As long as you title it the right way, bro. Like, it's your opinions. If people don't like it, then they just fucking disagree.
And I have a question for you, Rants. Yeah, this is just a question. We have a title called Eminem is only the GOAT for white people. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. He's not my GOAT. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm a fan of his.
That was my opinion.
Yeah, I'm a fan of his, but bro, these man know I don't rate him like that, bro. Him and Kanye, like, I don't rate them the way other people rate them. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think M is cold, but I think he's got 2 good albums. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the Marshall Mathers LP is my favorite album that he's made. Other than that, I can't listen to no album from front to back. None of them.
Shout out to one of your guys in the comments, Clips Not Clips. Yeah, that is another topic that we spoke about, which was African players or black
players not representing
England and representing their home country. We spoke about that in depth. He received bare hate for that as well. Hate for that. There's
other videos to receive hate for, but let's not go into it.
Yeah. Eminem gets all the respect in the world, but he's not the GOAT, and he's not in the GOAT conversation for me. But he gets all the respect in the world. I respect his thing.
I like him as a rapper, but I've only ever met white people that have him as the GOAT.
I've
never met a black man.
I haven't met a single black person that has him as the GOAT. I haven't either.
Like, when was the last time, like, music's about feeling. Like, if you're gonna go link a girl, I'm gonna put on an Eminem song. You ain't gonna do that. Or if you're gonna go fight, or you like what?
But them man done the 8 Mile, lose yourself in it for the ring walk. That's what the white dons put on to get out.
Other than that, like, if you're gonna go like that's
hey, listen, that tune, that lose yourself
make me feel.
That lose yourself is the Many Men 50 Cent for the white people. That's what their thing is. Like, that's what gets them in the mood to go and catch a body. You know that? I bro, mom spaghetti, blood. I swear down. This is what gets them. It does. I swear it does. That tune is so meaty, bro. It's so meaty.
I'm reading the people in the comments, when they say palms are sweaty.
I tried to, bro. That was my topic, bro. I said it. I told you.
Yeah, that's funny.
I told you.
Nah, it's crazy,
you
man.
go.
But yo,
Yeah,
big
man.
up everyone,
I
man.
love having us on, though.
Come
love
on, G.
having us
Aye.
on, bro.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Big up the chat,
Big
man.
love.
Make sure you drop a Rants raid in Gunner's stream, bro. Man said Saeed's about to get hacked or bumped or something. Bro, listen, pray for Saeed. You know them, man. You might know what time it is. But yeah, man, make sure you drop a Rants raid in Gunner's chat, bruv.
Yeah.
Enjoy the watch along, bruv. And I'll see you guys in a bit.